When I was young, my brother and I built a boat with our father. We spent several years sailing and exploring the Patuxent River. And then I met Tony.
Peter and I spent many happy times on that boat, and so when we got married, we built a larger boat and ventured out into the Chesapeake Bay and its many rivers.
We crewed on larger boats with dreams of sailing the world, but then life took another turn.
Today, we look forward to retirement with dreams of leaving it all behind. Come join us on our journey to sail the
Welcome
seas.
to episode 10. In this episode, we're going to discuss more Seawind options. We're going to limit our discussion for this episode to just the electrical options. Last episode, we discussed the anchoring and the comfort options. This episode is the electrical. Now, the first thing when you discuss electrical options on a boat is 110 or 220. In the United States, we think of electricity as only 110, but when you get over to Europe and other parts of the world on the Pacific side, it's all 220. So what electrical options we're going to get on our boat depends on 110 or 220. And I think we're leaning towards 110. And here's why. 110 is what we have here. It's what the North America, South America, Bahamas have. And it's easier to get our stuff to plug into 110. 110 wiring is more robust. So somewhere down the future, if we wanted to convert to 220, we would just have to swap some things out, but we could still use the 110 wiring. We wouldn't have to rewire the boat. If we went to 220, the wiring is a lot more less of a gauge, and we would have to rewire the boat. So right now we're going to go to 110. That's the decision off the top. We'll see how that works in the future. The next option we want to discuss is a generator. Do we want to get a generator?
I didn't think we were.
We're not getting a generator. The generator creates a lot of noise,
A lot of weight.
a lot of weight, takes up a lot of room, and it breaks down. It's just something else that you have to maintain. So we're going to save the $17,000 and not get the generator. We don't like the hearing it. We don't like it vibrating. We don't even like being anchored next to somebody who has a generator. So no generator for us. Instead, I think what we're going to do is take that money that we save in the generator and spend a little bit more.
On the lithium battery upgrade.
We're going to get the lithium battery upgrades. I think every modern boat in this day and age needs to go to lithium. So we're going to have, with the lithium package, you get 800 amp hours. What else? Oh, the alternators. We get robust alternators that should charge up the lithium batteries rather quickly. So just motoring into your anchorage and out should be enough to keep our battery topped
They say about
off.
30 minutes a day of motoring. Isn't that what we heard?
Yes,
Yeah.
so we'll see that. So we're going to go lithium. And with lithium, obviously, we want solar, right?
Yes.
We want as much solar as we can fit on this boat. Right now, it looks like it's about 1,060 watts. We're hoping by the time our boat gets to be built that there will be advancements in the solar, and maybe we can get to 1,300 to 1,500 watts of solar on our boat. That's what I'm hoping for. So 110, no generator, lithium batteries, and as much solar as we can cram on. And that should run our electrical needs.
Can I say one thing about the...
You can say whatever you want.
Okay, so one argument that many might have about getting a generator would be the use of an air conditioner. And from our experience, we kind of feel like we might need the air conditioner for sleeping at night, but we probably wouldn't need it during the day. So, the lithium battery should give us enough to get through the night with the air conditioner. Isn't that what we decided on?
It should be.
Yeah.
So we should be okay.
So, again, we don't really think we need the generator.
We're
But
not.
you all can comment and give us other opinions if you would like.
If we wanted a generator, let's say for some reason in the future we say, we need a generator. My thought is a portable Honda generator that we can plug into the boat. And we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Okay.
One of the other things about electrical stuff is when you're in a marina, you want to be able to hook up to
Shore
marina
power.
power, shore power. So we'll need some outlets. So Seawind offers the outlet the option of an outlet to hook up your shore power. I think it's on the port, under the port helm. And with this option, we can plug into shore power. And shore power is important because we can run a lot of our AC appliances and charge the battery and stuff like that without overtaxing the battery system. And with the shore power comes 3 electrical outlets. I think one goes in the galley, one goes in the saloon, and one goes in at the nav desk.
Can we add more options?
We'll add more. I think we'll add another shore general purpose outlet in the galley on the starboard side. Anyway, that's the idea anyway. Also, we need the inverter and battery charger. Seawind offers a combo master volt system. Do you know what inverter is?
It converts DC to AC power.
You're so hot.
You're so stupid.
Yes, it takes the DC, the direct current for the battery system, converts it to alternating current for the AC system. So for those electrical outlets that we just talked about, those would be converted from the DC, so we can plug stuff in theoretically and run it without being hooked up to shore power. The combo unit is a charger, so when you're plugged in, it will also charge your batteries as well, so you need that. More than likely the batteries will get charged either from the diesel motors or through solar, where we're not in the marinas anyway. Seawind offers an isolation transformer. What in the hell is an isolation transformer, and do we need one? I talked to folks, boaters, and they say, what's an isolation transformer? Some say, no, you don't need it, and some says you have to have it. So I did a little research, and the American Boat and Yacht Council, who sets up the construction and safety standards of these boats, really says that you need an isolation transformer. Why? Because people can die. How can they die? So I looked into it, and what happens is if you're hooked up to shore power, and this only comes into play if you hook up into shore power, and there's some type of short on your boat, you know, your boat's bouncing around in seas and things rub and everything. Anyway, if there's a short in your boat, the power from the shore power can leak over into your ground, either through your DC systems or through any through-hull fittings, and actually electrocute people while they're swimming by your boat. You ever see no swimming signs in marinas? I always thought it was because of all the poo floating in the water. But no, it's because of risk of electrical shock. And people die of this every year.
So that seems to me very important.
It does. You know, it helps your erosion on your zinc, your sacrificed zinc anodes as well. The transformer also cleans up your shore power. Shore power in some of these marinas are kind of iffy. They spike up and down, and they can blow circuits and all that. So the transformer will kind of clean it up and give you that constant power. So right now, I think we're going to get the isolation transformer, unless somebody can tell us, oh, you're just wasting your money. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't need it. But this was one of the hardest things that we had to look into. We never had to worry about it previously on a trimaran. Make sense?
Works for me.
Yeah. Okay. Additional 12-volt USB type outlets. I think everything's going USB-C. So I think we're going to get the USB-C type outlets, and we're going to sprinkle them throughout the boat. I'm thinking on the inside at each helm position, so we can plug in phones or tablets and stuff if we're running Navionics. Definitely one at the nav desk, one in the starboard aft stateroom, 2 in the owner's bunk area, one on your side, one on my side, 2 in the starboard bunk area, 1 so people don't fight over the USB, 1 in the galley area, and 1 in the saloon.
One in the galley area for what?
In case you're looking at recipes, you can plug in a laptop or something like
I
that.
didn't think of that. That's
I got
'cause
you covered,
cook.
babe.
That's because you cook.
So 10 in total. We'll sprinkle those throughout. The other thing on the electrical option is the underwater lights, the through hull lights. This is really pure decadence, you know? It's like, but after seeing them in the Bahamas,
It was really pretty
and
down
how to
there.
light them up, this is almost a must. Now we're not going to get them down through the hull. We'll get them on the aft end of the stern, kind of canted inwards, so we can sit on the sugar scoops and watch life go by under the sea, so to
Yeah.
speak, right? I think this is the only splurge that we're really doing.
Yeah, it'll be nice when we go down there.
Yeah.
It
So-
won't be so useful in the Chesapeake Bay.
No. Well, the underwater lights allows us to spotlight fish and spotlight crab.
Oh,
And that's perfectly legal still. So yeah, underwater lights are useful in Chesapeake Bay.
okay.
Also, an electrical option is the C zone. Now, the C zone, a kind of expensive option. I think it's $7,200. It is the brains of the electrical system. It integrates with everything. And what I like about the C zone is it tracks your electrical usage. The days of spreadsheets and tracking and figuring out what appliances are drawing what amps are long gone. You would use the C zone. It tracks it. If you have something that's using too much electricity, you can identify it. Maybe identify who's using more than their fair share of electricity, so nobody can
So I
escape.
have to be really careful
Yes,
using my flat iron.
I'm spying on you. The C zone spying on you.
It only takes like 5 minutes.
You 5 minutes, my God. You can set up routines, so you can turn on nav lights, or you can turn on scenes and have things cut on. You can control everything from the helm. You can control it from your iPhone or iPad. You can control it from home. You don't even need to be on the boat. So I think the C zone is a must for us. Anything to make our life easier is a must. So we're going with the C zone.
Do I have to have an iPhone?
I am sure they have a plug-in for this. What's
Android.
it for the Android? We'll see. Siemens offers another option called dual voltage charging. I don't know what that is. I know reading it kind of implies that if you have 12 volt, 24 volt, you can charge both of them. It's smart enough to figure it out. I'm kind of like, no, we're probably not going to do that. I don't see any need for it. We have the charger on the Combi inverter system, so no on that, unless somebody can talk us into it and talk us out of something else, because we can't get everything. One of the things.
Or tell us what it really does.
It's
explain
dual
it better.
charger. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Give us hints. Not dual voltages. Interior mood lighting. One of the things we noticed on the sea when we were chartered it was that light in the saloon was like pop. It was daylight lights, 5,000, 6,000, 5,000, 6,500 wavelength, and it was just too bright. It really kind of woke you up. So either we need to get some type of, LEDs. Most of the time nowadays you can dial in the wavelength you want on the LED, even the colors. So either we want that or the mood lighting. And the mood lighting would be a soft white in the background. And that's what we would probably use in our anchor. We wouldn't have this bright, god-awful white
And
light.
even if you were reading, you could use a personal reading light of some kind.
Yeah, the light was just too bright at night, and it tracked every bug for 3 counties over. Some came a couple oceans over as well. The Hella deck light on the mast, this is like a $400 option. Yes, get it. You don't want to be worrying about $400 while you're plundering around in the pitch blackness on deck and not have a proper deck light up on the mast. So get it. Same with the squid light. Squid light is the same type of light. It shines in the stern. For when you're working on your dinghy or something's going on in the back end. Just spend the money and get the spotlights there. Lightning protection. nothing's going to protect you from lightning, but we did install a lightning protection on our trimaran,
I remember that. Yeah.
and we never got struck. So it must work. It can help prevent damage. It can help discharge the static electricity. Kind of gives you a cone of protection, sort of like a lightning rod. It's not 100% foolproof, but why would you not? We suffer through so many thunderstorms on the Chesapeake Bay that I don't want to run the risk. I'll spend a couple bucks on the lightning protection.
It's one of those things, I think, that until it happens, you probably think, oh, well, I don't know if I need this, but once it happens to you, you're probably glad you had it.
It's like insurance, right?
Yes. So, yes, we should get that. Anything that has to do with safety.
Safety, yes.
So another option we want to get is the transom step light. And I feel this is another safety thing. If it's dark, you should be able to see the steps. So I think it's really important. We feel like if we had to pick a color, it'd probably be blue. But we're kind of hoping that it'll come so you can set it at any color or other colors too. So like red might be good in nighttime, real late at night, right?
To keep your night vision, yeah. The transom lights are nice. With the C-Zone, we can turn them on while we're leaving a restaurant at night or something and turn them on. And realistically, they're all LEDs. So realistically, you should be able to dial in your wavelength and your color. I mean, we have a bunch of LEDs here at the house, and we just dial in which wavelength and what color we want depending on our moods. So I don't know if this is an option with Seawind. We're going to talk to them about it and see if it is an option. But either it's going to be soft white or blue. I like the blue. I've seen some Seawinds with the blue.
But the mood lighting inside, you're going to do what color?
Soft white, I think.
I thought you liked the idea of red because of being able to see it.
Well, the Seawind will have red lights for night running.
Okay, good, because
So we wouldn't have
I
to
don't
worry
really
about
like the
that.
idea of red mood
No,
lighting.
so this will be the lights around
I
the
like
side
blue
and
or
everything like that.
So one of the options is the light dimmer for the saloon and the where else can you? Do
I think it
lights?
runs along the halls, underneath the halls. It's like mood lighting everywhere.
Okay, so we kind of like the idea of light dimmers, but it describes it in the options with halogen and filament bulbs, and we kind of think that that's
No filaments, no halogens on a boat in this day and age. They just suck too much power.
yeah.
I like being romantic, but I don't want to burn a lot of power being romantic. So if they're LEDs, yes, we'll consider them. If they're filament or halogens, no, they're out.
So that's one's being considered
Right.
until we find out more about it. So.
And then the washing machine, we discussed in the previous episodes, we'll probably get the washing machine.
You can't put a lot in it at one time, but I think it would be nice for some things.
Yeah.
Anything big, you would go to a laundromat, like your blankets or something if you had to wash them. But small things it'd be great for.
Yep. I think we have time to talk some more options.
Okay,
Let's talk engine options,
okay.
right? Now this is a tough one. The first option is the dual throttle controls, one for the port side and one for the starboard side. It comes standard on the port side. Do we need dual throttle controls on the starboard side
I like the
for
idea.
$3,000?
That's the
And when
part
you
that's
drive
bad.
a car, you only have a steering wheel on one side.
Yeah, but try driving it on the other side of the road.
But
It's
we're not in
kinda
Britain. We
awkward.
don't have to drive it on the other side.
I like the idea of dual.
I don't know. I mean, those who don't have it, do you wish you have? Is this something you just get used to?
But it is expensive.
Yeah, I mean, it's $3,000. It's just over $3,000. It's a mechanical option, so if you're on the port side, you have to pull a switch, shift it over, and then walk to the other side.
Oh, really?
Yes, it's not throttle by wire. I don't know. Give us some comments and tell us what you think about dual throttles.
We've heard that you kind of only use it if you're docking or something on that side, that you don't.
That's
need
the
it
only
as
thing.
much.
I mean, like, there's a lot of catamarans that only have a single helm and single throttle controls, and they get them by just fine. So we don't know on this yet. We'll see. Maybe
Okay.
we'll hit the lottery and we get dual throttle controls.
Oh, we wish.
The Gory folding propellers, yes, we're going with the Gory. They're fantastic. Props, they fold. They can give you a knot just by folding. The props on a boat really creates a lot of drag. The Gories will fold just nicely. Also, when you're running, you can put them, they have this thing called overdrive. You can put them in overdrive and burn a whole lot less fuel and go a whole lot faster on a lower RPM. So I think the Gories all the way.
I'll trust you on that one.
Yeah, believe me, the props create a lot of drag. Rope cutters on the prop shaft? Yes. Chesapeake Bay, we have crab pots all over the place. You're gonna snag a crab pot. We've always snagged it no matter how hard we try to avoid them. And hopefully the rope cutters on the shaft of the prop will cut those ropes and prevent a bird's nest of a tangle in our prop. That's what I'm hoping. And also when we go up to Maine, they have lobster pots and things like that. And there's fishing string. There's kind of all kinds of ropes and crap that can tangle those props up. So I'm hoping that will take care of that. It's not an expensive option. It could save you from going in the water.
Save you from going in the water.
And untangle the props. And the last thing is there's an engine upgrade to 40 horsepower. And we're not buying a motorboat here. We're buying a sailboat. That auxiliary engine is just that. It's auxiliary. The only thing a 40 horsepower motor is going to give us is maybe go full bore into a very strong current. And we would just plan our trips to go with the current. Yeah, it's a lot of money. I don't think it's worth it. Seawind also offers the extra options. And I don't think we're going to do the extra options. They offered cutlery like knives, forks, and spoons for $545. I don't think we'll do that. We'll probably outfit our own cutlery, pots and pans and things like that. They offered fitted bed sheets at almost $1,600. Are we doing that?
Is it really?
Yes.
I like the idea of the fitted sheets, but it only comes as a set, so I have to figure something out. Because like a sheet should fit the mattress if it's a fitted sheet, right? So it's more comfortable and it fits right. But we'll figure something out
pillows,
because
includes duvet
we don't
covers.
need all of that. We can find our own. We'll want to find our own pillows and all that kind of stuff.
So we probably won't do that. And then the passerelle, the larboard, the plank. I don't think we'll get that. There's really not much use for it. We don't Mediterranean moor too much here in North America or Chesapeake Bay. You'll have to carry it around, so we're not going to do
that. Is that it?
I don't know. Do we have time to discuss more options? I think we do.
Okay.
Let's figure it out. Okay, I think we can squeeze in the LPG options.
Okay.
I think we can. We'll be quick about it. The first thing is the Barbie, what the Aussies call a Barbie. It's a griddle. It's a grill.
It's not a griddle. Oh, it is a griddle.
It's like a hibachi, teppanyaki type of. It's not what Americans will think as a grill. We expect grates and stuff like that. And we'll do an episode on this type of grill later. But anyway, yes, we're getting that. We used it when we chartered it.
And we liked using it.
We love cooking outside. It was easy to clean up, so yes.
And it kind of makes sense, that style, for a boat because it doesn't flare up.
Right, it has no flare-ups. You're not losing your food below the grates, things like that.
Easy to clean.
So it makes sense to do it. So yes, why would you not get the Barbie, right?
Yeah.
Put shrimps on the Barbie, right?
They say, one of our friends was saying that you could cook eggs on it.
Yeah, you could cook eggs, pancakes. You can cook whatever you want on it. Basically it's a flat top. So,
yeah.
The gas, the propane detection system, in case there's a propane leak. Yes, we're going to get that. That's strictly safety. We're not going to skimp on safety. Propane's heavier than air. It's always going to sink down into your bilges. And if there's propane floating around in those bilges, you need to know about it. So the detection system, yes. Yeah. And I think we can just use the manual bilge pumps to pump the propane out.
Really?
Somebody told me, a captain told me that. I don't know. We'll have to look into it. Don't take my word for it. The electronic propane cutover system, no. We're not going to get that. It's very easy to go up and cut over the propane tanks for it. It's just, it doesn't make much sense to spend the money on something else that could go wrong. And I think even Seawind says it's really not necessary.
Yeah, I think to keep things as simple as possible is best.
Yeah. And then finally, the oven. We're getting the oven, right?
Yeah, I like the idea of having the oven.
Yeah, they say
We
you
might
have to
not
learn to
use it.
cook or learn to bake all over again in that type of oven. So we'll have to figure that out. But yeah, we'll get the oven. And that's it.
That's it? That's all the options?
I want to keep this under half hour. Our episodes are running way too long. People's eyes are probably spinning, 20 minutes into it. So we'll stop it there. Anything else? What are we naming this boat?
We still don't know. There's a story behind all of this, but
Yeah, I mean, somebody suggested name the boat No Agenda. And this is something that we have discussed. The idea of this channel was we were going to sail with no agenda. Not necessarily a boat named No Agenda, but no place to be, where the wind takes us. If we wanted to stay at an anchorage a little bit longer, we could stay. We don't have a job to go back to. And that was the purpose of No Agenda. So No Agenda, the name No Agenda is probably still on a list.
it's still on the list. But it makes me think about, I hate to say it to all my friends at work, but makes me think about work too much.
Well, we don't want that.
No.
I got some cool names picked out.
He has more cool names than me.
What was you were thinking Godwink, right?
I like that, yeah.
Godwink, because we went through a bunch of Godwinks to get here, and we might go through some, so that's on the list, right?
For me.
I'm a big James Bond fan, so she already poo-pooed You Only Live Twice. It's kind of a
Only
long name.
because if you're on the radio, it's hard to say that. Say you only live twice,
Right.
3 times.
And we just came back from sailing the Bahamas on a boat named Never Say Never,
Now that would have been perfect.
which is another James Bond movie, and we'll have an episode about that. So Shaken Not Stirred's on the short
That
list.
one I kind of like.
So we'll see. Anyway, next episode is probably going to be some more options. We have the navigation options. That's probably going to take up a whole nother episode. And then we have some exciting stuff. We have certifications episode. We went and got certified on ASA 101, 103, 104, and 114. So that's an episode coming up. Converting our grill over to a hibachi style so we can test it up. So exciting stuff coming up. Anyway, I'm Peter,
And I'm Tony.
and one day,
We'll be sailing with no agenda.
2 years away. We're 2 years away.
2.5 years. Maybe.
No, I'm 2 years away.
That means I am too.
No, you have to work on it. Pay for the boat. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you like what you see, subscribe, click the thumbs up. Thank you.